Hey there, people out there in video creation world. This is Jason McNamara in Tokyo. And today I want to talk about the new Allen Heath CQ-18T. Now you can see it on the other camera shot there. I just used it for a 4-camera setup in this room. I've got 4 Canon R5C cameras running right now. I've got 3 Shure SM7Bs, and I just didn't have another one to use, so I used a Audio-Technica boom mic, which actually worked really well for the host. Now, the thing is with this desk, I've been seeing lots of videos on it for live band use, which has been incredible, and there's a lot of great things you can do, but I've not seen anybody do anything for podcasts. So while I was actually here shooting the podcast, setting up the lights, getting all the cameras and everything running, and that was my role for today, I decided that I really needed to talk about this thing. Now I will, for obviously disclosure, as you have to do. Allen Heath did loan me this. I actually reached out to them in their UK office all the way from Japan here. I just called them up and spoke to the right guy, who was very, very, very kind. And he had a quick look at my YouTube channel, had a look at some of my videos and went, you know what you're doing? This would be great if you can do something on this for us. And so they've loaned it to me. Ultimately, I think I'm going to end up with one because, man, this is an incredible desk. The thing that this does, which I haven't seen with a lot of other desks, now I will say I've been using a Zoom LiveTrack L8 for the last, well, let me think, when did that come out? 5 years or so, and it served me well. But this thing having compressors built in, which I can really dial in and get right, because that way when somebody starts speaking super quietly or they and getting the levels set right on the compressor to be able to fix all that stuff. And also just there's a parametric EQ on there, because one thing with the Shure SM7Bs, they've just got a little bit of dullness to them, so bringing that up a little bit was great. Now this one here has actually got a cloud lifter on it, and I wanted to intentionally have these two here without cloud lifters. Well, intentionally partly because I didn't have another cloud lifter to use, but also because I wanted to see how the desk would run without a cloud lifter. And frankly, through my headphones, listening while I was monitoring the whole hour-long podcast, I was amazed how good these two sounded. Now, for the sake of understanding what's going on here, I'm going to solo the audio, and you can hear there's a little bit of buzz. Now, sure, I can clean that up with Isotope RX10, which is what I use for all those sorts of things. Of course, I use the advanced version because there's just so much more little dialing in and things you can fix. But this mic still sounds great. Go over here, there's a nice consistency with this one as well, as you can hear, and then over to the boom. Now, during the show, the host was actually right on the mic, and he's actually a journalist, so he knows what he's doing. He's very comfortable talking to a microphone, so it worked out well. But as you can hear, I managed to balance 3 of the same mic, 1 with a cloud lifter, 2 without, and 1 completely different mic to really get a good sound. And this is just straight raw. Now, I'll probably put something on screen so you can see whether I've post-processed it or not, but this does exactly what I need. So the whole point of talking to you about this right now is if you're looking for a podcasting mixer, digital mixer, this thing is amazing. I will say, of course, like everybody who does these sorts of videos and talks about things from companies, there's one extra addition that I think would knock this thing out of the park, and I've already asked Allen Heath if they could do it, and that is, it's got Bluetooth built in to be able to send audio from your phone to there. So like, say if you're playing a band gig, which is what this thing's ideal for as well, you could just use your iPhone or your Android, whatever, to send audio to the desk, and then you could run music between your sets. The cool thing that I wish they could do, and I know they're already looking into it to see if it's possible, they've got Bluetooth built into the desk. If, while I'm running around, because I've got 4 cameras set up across the room here, and I've got to have my headphones on to make sure nothing goes wrong, nobody hits the mic or bashes the desk or just moves too far away from their microphone, which people tend to do a lot when they're doing these sorts of things. I wish that they could add a Bluetooth ability to use Bluetooth headphones, AirPods, whatever you choose to use, in the room to wirelessly walk around the room. Now, if that feature comes in, hands down, this is going to be, in my opinion, the very coolest podcasting desk there is, because You might want to say there's certain other ones on the market that are a little bit easier because they just touch a button and it does everything for you. But realistically, if you want to dial in the sounds right, if you're like me, you're an audio guy, I'm a musician anyway, as most of you who watch my channel know. If you know how to dial in audio, man, this desk just makes your job so good because I am actually recording simultaneously on Logic, partly for a redundancy, as well as recording directly on the desk. There might be little things, so if I put an additional bunch of compression on each channel with Logic, I'm going to listen to it and see which one really works best for the mix that's going to be used in the ultimate ending for the guy who does the edit of the video. Now, I'm not the editor on this one because it's all in Japanese, but it gives you an idea. So seriously consider the Allen Heath CQ-18T or the 12T or the 20, depending on what works for you. These things are pretty damn cool. Thanks for watching.